Welcome to another edition of Man with a Show, Summer Edition. This is one of a couple of videos that we do every year about this time, the summer. A little special tweak here and there, some things we're trying out there for you. Yeah, you see a little wrinkled on there. It's 100 degrees outside, obviously. At the time of this recording, we were going through a major heat wave. Besides that, happy birthday, America! Happy 250th. We just passed the 4th of July, so hopefully you had a happy and safe holiday. Hope you did a barbecue, or went to someone, like I always tell you, go to a friend's house on there, or invite friends over. Get out, be there, on there, have some fun to the situation. Now, of course, obviously, we're going to be talking about movies on this. In the summertime, sometimes, to get away from the heat, you might go into a movie theater, take a theater, or stay home and, take in some movies that you haven't seen before. Now, I've been pushing for physical media for quite some time now. I tell you, that's the best way to go because there's a lot of great stuff on there. Because you're gonna be paying so much to find the right movie on there. If you're on Netflix, if you're on Amazon, Paramount Plus, just to find the right movie. And sometimes that movie that you're looking for is not available on any of these streaming services, even free streaming, even pirated at certain points. But I'm going to tell you a favorite of mine. This is a great film from the director Frank Capra on there. It is called Arsenic and Old Lace. This is on the Criterion Collection, starring Cary Grant. It's a comedy horror. Yeah, when do you hear that from Cary Grant to that point? It is a comedy horror. It stars, of course, obviously Cary Grant, Peter Lorre, the wonderful Jean Adair, and Josephine Hull, who was in the original stage version of it. The beautiful Priscilla Lane. If you haven't seen her movies, she's done a lot in her biography. She's been in Alfred Hitchcock's Saboteur, Four Wives, Four Daughters, The Roaring Twenties. Some great films on there. And of course, Raymond Massey out there, who plays Cary Grant's brother Jonathan in a fantastic role with the look. I say as the look of Boris Karloff in this, and I'll explain why that in a moment. James Gleason, who basically if you've seen any classic film, back in the day, there's some films that he's always in. He's always either playing the cop or, it's always sort of the guy that just is confused through the entire film. And of course, a name that you'll probably sound familiar, Edward Everett Horton. If that name sounds familiar or you've never heard that name before, a great actor, but also a great voice actor. For those of you who's in love with animated cartoons, he is the voice on the Rocky and Bullwinkle show of the narrator on the Fractured Fairy Tales. If you've seen those Fractured Fairy Tales, you'll know that voice immediately. And he plays Mr. Witherspoon on there, the doctor on there. So, let me give you a little bit onto this. Obviously, Arsenic and Old Lace, directed by Frank Capra. You know Frank Capra from many great classic films from yesteryear. Screenplay by Julius Epstein, and Philip Epstein on there, based on the novel by Joseph Kessering as well. This was a great, it's a great film if you want to see a really good movie onto there. The Brewster family of Brooklyn is descended from Mayflower settlers who scalped Indians instead the other way around, according to Mortimer Brewster. On Halloween Day, Mortimer, which is played by Cary Grant, a theater critic and author who has repeatedly denounced marriage as an old-fashioned superstition. What does that sound familiar here in 2026? marries Elaine Harper, his neighbor and minister's daughter. Before leaving for the Niagara Falls honeymoon, Elaine goes to her father's house to share the news of her marriage, while Mortimer informs his aunts Abby and Martha, who raised him in the old family home. Mortimer delusional younger brother Teddy, uh, who is also I messed that one out. Played by John Alexander, uh, who believes he's Theodore Roosevelt, resides with them, frequently running up the stairs. Teddy blows the bugle and yells, "Charge!"
Well, I must be going.
Charge! Charge the blockhouse!
Imitating Roosevelt's 1898 charge up San Juan Hill. You can't make this up on a movie like this. I'm telling you, if you've seen this, what happens in this. It is just insane. Searching for the notes for his next book, Mortimer finds a corpse hidden in the window seat. He assumes in horror that Teddy's delusions have led him to murder. Abby and Martha cheerfully confess to killing Mr. Hopkins, explaining that the minister to lonely old bachelors by ending their suffering. They post a room for rent sign to attract suitable subject for their charity, then serve them a glass of elderberry wine spiked with arsenic, strychnine, and cyanide. Arsenic and Old Lace. No, I'm kidding. Including Mr. Hopkins. The odds have murdered 12 men. The bodies are buried in a cellar by Teddy, who believes they are yellow fever victims at the Panama Canal. Teddy moves Mr. Hopkins from the window seat and down to the cellar. Then, as Mortimer tries to put the paperwork together, Jonathan, his older brother, arrives with an alcoholic appliances plastic surgeon, played Dr. Herman Einstein, played by Peter Lorre. Altered by Einstein while drunk, Jonathan's face resembles Boris Karloff's Frankenstein appearance. Jonathan is a serial killer with a body count of 12, fleeing from the police and intending to depose of the latest murder victim, Mr. Spinazzo. And there's a lot more to this. I don't want to give more toward it to give it away, but this is a great film to watch. I mean, alone, this is well worth the price of a ticket. I got this on Criterion at 50% off. By now, it's probably back up to $30 again, 30 plus on there. But anytime it's on sale, Criterion normally, I think it's twice a year. Criterion normally does a big sale at summertime, and then of course toward Christmas as well. And they have a couple a little bit in between. Now, from the technical end, this movie has it's restored from the original production print. I think it is the 35 millimeter print, which surprisingly that has survived. Remember, we're in 2026. A lot of these original 35 millimeter prints, the original production prints are, either destroyed, heavily damaged. They have to use the secondary prints or prints they use in the projector. This is restored from that. It's in a 4K digital transfer. Now, understand, this is not in 4K. It is the standard Blu-ray transfer to that point, but the quality is excellent. It is just hands down. I mean, this has been out for quite some time now, but hands down, the quality is one of the best I've seen out of the Blu-rays themselves. And also, it has an uncompressed monaural soundtrack. The sound is very good with this, including the music score, everything. It blends in, especially if you have a nice TV, if you have a nice sound system, it'll work perfectly, even with a mono track on there. Also, on this, there's audio on this disc. You have the audio commentary from Charles Dennis, author of "There's a Body in the Window Seat," the history of Arsenic and Old Lace. Because one thing about Arsenic and Old Lace, it had the original stage show, which Boris Karloff was in there, and the aunts Gina Dare and Josephine Hull were in the original production of it. So basically, there is so much, and for years, for decades after this, there have been stage adaptations of this. There is also there's a radio adaptation from the 52 with Boris Karloff on there. Obviously, they have the trailers, which you've seen pieces of it here. Of course, has subtitling, standard subtitling on there. Plus, there's an essay from the critic David Carnes, great critic on there. Has a lot to say about this. And the cover itself, it's a brand new cover by F. Ron Miller on there. So it's a beautiful cover on that. Now, I would love to get that as a poster, because you have everybody in there. You have Jonathan in there. You got Cary Grant, everybody in there. Teddy, everybody's in there. I mean, it is a nice. I mean, shown to you the interior because it has a book as well, and as you can see, the disc itself. It's a nice little standard disc on there. Also, let me just pop this out a second here because I need to show you. Because it comes with a book, obviously, to talk about the movie itself. But the back end of it, I don't know if you could see this properly. Let me see if I can put it in here out of the light. You can see there's a little scene from the movie itself in the box frame. Like I said, this is one of the, and I'll tell you, this is one of the best Criterion transfers on their system. I think this is, what is this? 1153 is the number to this. So just in case if you're looking this up, can't find it. Yeah, it is a great film. To that point, take it from me. It is well worth the watch. It is fun to watch on there. I mean, it has a lot. It has some jump scares, but here and there. But the comedy, especially when they turn out the lights and people walking around in the dark, it is just hysterical. And just Cary Grant plays this so well. Thinking is how are we gonna take care of this whole situation? You got a body in the window, you got more bodies in the basement to the point he's trying to get his brother put in an asylum at this point. Thinking that he may have done this, but it's his aunts that have done this. And meanwhile, Teddy's running up San Juan Hill, thinking he's President Roosevelt at this point. And that is a great, I'm telling you, he plays it right. John Alexander plays it so well as Theodore Roosevelt on there. But the whole cast is very good. It's, this is one of my A plus reviews on this, because this is the one you need this for your collection. Absolutely 100% get this for your collection. So tell me in the comments, what are your thoughts of it? Have you seen this movie yet? It is one of the great classics out there from Cary Grant and Peter Lorre and the rest of this cast. So do check this out. If you haven't seen yet, maybe you might want to get it. It is available through the Criterion, also on Amazon and other sites out there. So do check them out. The online version of it, I don't think it's the same. If you're watching this on streaming, if you want to watch it there, I don't think it's the same cut, because I think most of the Criterions, very rare you see them on streaming. But I mean, there are some. For example, some of the Godzillas are out there that are from the Criterion Collection, and there are a couple other films on there. And of course, Criterion has their own channel, so basically you might want to catch it there on their streaming site. But again, physical media, that's what you got to get. It's because you never know what happened. Look what Sony's doing overseas. They just cut 500 movies from Studio Canal off of PlayStation, and they're taking the physical media out of their gaming, to that point. So, they're trying to get rid of physical media. It's very important when you see stuff like this, get it in your collection, save it into there. So until next time, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to check out all of our other affiliate partners there, which is listed at the end of the show and also down below in the description. So remember, stay curious, stay informed, stay mad. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.
Check out all of our affiliate partners and subscribe to their channels.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.